Well, you saw that moments ago. Some folks, like our last guest, believe that swapping Sergeant Bo Bergdahl for 5 high-risk Taliban leaders was a good deal, arguing that these guys, described as the Taliban dream team, maybe past their prime, maybe less motivated than they were. Let's see if Mark Thiessen agrees. He's a former presidential speechwriter, Washington Post columnist, and American Enterprise Institute fellow. Mark?
Well, that would be as if Larry was saying that if we had released Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, there'd be minimal risk to the United States because he's not followed up, he's not kept up on the tactics that the Al-Qaeda has been using. I mean, it's absurd. These people are cold-blooded murderers. They are top Taliban leaders with extensive ties to Al-Qaeda. They were directly working with Al-Qaeda when they planned the 9/11 attacks. The Al-Qaeda would not have been able to carry out 9/11 had it not been for the support of the Taliban. And these people were the top leaders of the Taliban at the time.
Larry points out we're going to be out of Afghanistan under President Obama's plan by the time they get out of Qatar, where they are being held for a year. Well, being held. They're in the country, allegedly being monitored, but they're free to roam at their will.
Well, actually, they're going to be out of there in a year, and at least according to President Obama, we're going to be there until the end of 2016. So there's going to be a little bit of an overlap there.
10,000 troops.
So I don't know what he's talking about. But I'll tell you something. These people. Let's put it this way: the U.S. military has said that all of these guys are high risk for going to the fight. President Obama himself in Warsaw this week said absolutely it's possible that are going to go back to the fight.
He says it's possible, but they don't believe it's likely, based on their assurances they've gotten from their national security team. I mean, do you believe that President Obama would willingly be letting them out if he genuinely had been advised these people are likely to kill Americans?
He was advised of that. The U.S. military has said they are at high risk of going back to the fight and killing Americans. So the U.S. military has said, in its official assessment of each one of these people, they are high risk for going back to the fight. So yes,
let me ask you this, Mark, because then Admiral Mike Mullen came out and said, look, in every war at some point you do this. You sit down and you negotiate, and that this is how things go. You know, a sort of a tit for tat. You give us the last remaining American in captivity in Afghanistan, and we'll give you these guys.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. President Obama said that himself yesterday. He said, this is what happens at the end of wars. This is the talking point for the administration now. And he even said that George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and FDR all did the same thing. No, they didn't. When they released enemy prisoners, the enemy had surrendered. The war was over. They didn't return to the battlefield because there was no battlefield to return to. The Taliban has not surrendered. The war is not over. President Obama can wish the war to be over, but the enemy gets a vote. And the enemy has not surrendered. They're not willing to stop the war. They're going to keep fighting. So unless we're planning to surrender in the next 2 years, which under Barack Obama may be possible, then these people are going to go back to kill Americans.
That's the thing that's so unique about this situation. You know, when we ended the war with Japan, there was an agreement. There was no more war for them to go back to.
Yeah.
Is the war on terror over? Does the Taliban know that? Do these Al-Qaeda-affiliated guys, have they renounced their hatred for America and no longer want to participate in jihad? Because that would be major news, Mark. That would be major news.
Yeah. It would be. I'd love to. Maybe they've had a signing ceremony on the deck of the USS Missouri I didn't know about. But no, the Taliban has not stopped their war on America. Al-Qaeda has not stopped their war on America. These people are going to continue fighting and continue trying to kill Americans. And so we have given them 5 4-star generals that have been taken off the battlefield. I mean, think about the boost to morale to the Taliban this is. These people disappeared in around 2002. They went into Guantanamo, and here they've emerged. They're jihadi heroes. They're going a year from now, if they abide by the terms of their release, they're going to go back to Afghanistan, and this is going to be a huge shot in the arm for America's enemies. It's very, very dangerous what the president has done.
Mark, thank you.
Thanks, Megan.